regions of the world, every drop of water tells a story. For 125 years, Tucson Water has carried this community through fires, floods, growth, and drought, ensuring life thrives in the Sonoran Desert. Hi, I'm Teresa Caesar, and for the next 30 minutes, Tucson Water Director John Kmiec and I will share the rich history of Tucson Water. John, so good to be with you.
It's good to be with you, Teresa.
Tell us why this milestone is so meaningful, not just for Tucson Water, but for the people that call this place home.
Well, this is a very exciting time for us at Tucson Water because we're not only a water utility, we are a guardian of life for one of the world's most extreme, beautiful landscapes. Tucsonans have lived with scarcity for generations. Innovation and resilience are our legacy. I invite viewers to celebrate 125 years of water leadership in the Sonoran Desert. This is the story of courage, innovation, and stewardship. This is the story of Tucson Water.
This is a Tucson Water 125th Anniversary Special, past, present, and future in the Sonoran Desert.
Those words reflect a principle that has guided Tucson for generations. In fact, for over a 4,000-year history. In the heart of the Sonoran Desert, water has shaped our past, defined our present, and inspired innovation for a secure water future. Join KOLD and the Tucson Water Company in celebrating the 125th anniversary of water stewardship in the Sonoran Desert. John, set the scene for us. Take us back to the late 1800s. How did Tucson get its first water system?
All right, well, Tucson wanted its first pressurized water system because of some devastating fires that happened downtown, and the community cried out for more safety measures. The public put pressure on Tucson's mayor and council to create a company to establish water service after some of these devastating fires. An ordinance required water to be delivered to the community by July of 1882. However, steam engines required to build the groundwater system wouldn't arrive in time. So while our historic firefighters did all they could to keep the community safe, the truth was that they were ill-equipped to fight frequent gas lamp fires that consumed multiple closely built buildings that included businesses, saloons, hotels, and living quarters. The Tucson Water Company was incorporated in April 1882, owned by former Tucson Mayor Robert Lockwood. Later that year, this private company hastily built by hand a wooden 6-mile pipeline from the Santa Cruz River to downtown Tucson in record time on a site what is now known as Armory Park. Back in the day, it was known as Military Park. Community members helped pitch in to help build this line 3 feet at a time. On September 16, 1882, the first pressurized water service and fire hydrant were delivered to the corner of Main and McCormick.
This was a private company. How did it become a department of the city of Tucson?
Well, at the time in Tucson, there was extremely rapid expansion due to the railway and other industries that took off in the area. So in order to unify Tucson's water system and allow it to continue to grow, the city decided to purchase the system in 1900 for $110,000, creating a public utility and a new city department. Tucson's mayor and city council assembled a special committee to draft a report asking the U.S. Congress for permission to issue bonds to purchase the company, because if you remember, at the time, Arizona was not yet a state. Early water service reflected community grit and foresight. It also reflected a strong community ethic of shared water stewardship and pride. This is the 125th anniversary we're celebrating today in 2025.
Why did Tucson become a pioneer when it comes to water reuse and conservation when so few cities at that time were thinking that way?
Well, now we can fast forward to the mid-1900s. The population boom after World War II, agriculture starting to decline, and Tucson was starting to urbanize. So what was happening during that time? Groundwater pumping drives the Santa Cruz River, mostly driven by agricultural demand. Rapid population growth following World War II. Warm climate attracted airmen back to Tucson, especially those that were from the north and the east. And agriculture was starting to wind down across the basin. Tucson's leadership recognized that a single source of water, groundwater, wasn't enough for the future. The thought of bringing Colorado River water to Phoenix and Tucson was discussed constantly after Arizona became a state in 1912. This was a turning point. Tucsonans faced a choice: keep pumping groundwater and risk depleting it, or think bigger, invest in innovation, and diversify. In 1968, Congress approved the Central Arizona Project, or CAP, a bold plan to deliver Colorado River water to Tucson, 336 miles away and uphill. This was a visionary leap. For the first time, Tucson would connect its future to a regional water source. But bringing CAP water to Tucson wasn't just engineering, it was taking a chance on innovation. There was certainly trial and error in the transition to reinvigorate Tucson's stressed aquifer and blend groundwater with Colorado River water. But Tucsonans and the team at Tucson Water are tremendous problem solvers who rose to the occasion. Ultimately, Tucsonans secured their water future and quality of life in the Sonoran Desert. Today, CAP water offsets more than 90% of our demand on drinking water resources. Despite the challenges, the decision was ultimately a big win for Tucson. That same era reinforced Tucson's reputation for water conservation. In the late 1970s, Tucson and Kmiec County reached a deal where the county would treat regional wastewater, but Tucson would retain ownership of the majority of the treated water from those plants. This allowed Tucson to develop wastewater for reclaimed water starting in the early 1980s. Yet another revolutionary step proving that Tucson could use every drop of water more than once to keep the old pueblo sustainable and beautify our city at the same time. Reclaimed or recycled water keeps our public spaces like parks, schools, and recreation areas vibrant and thriving without drawing our community's drinking water supply. You might remember Beat the Peak campaign and our mascot, Pete the Duck. Beat the Peak made water conservation a cultural movement, not just a policy. Beat the Peak engaged families, water conservation became the norm for Tucson and was cemented as a point of pride and a shared cultural legacy for Tucsonans. How many of your viewers remember the catchy Beat the Peak campaign songs?
Keep on beating the peak. Tucson, keep on. Don't be wasting any water.
Tucson was becoming more than just a desert city. It was transforming into a model for sustainable living in the arid West decades before water crises in other cities dominated national headlines.
To sum it up, Tucson's decisions in the late 20th century, investing in water reclamation, securing CAP, embracing water conservation, set the stage for today's resilience. These weren't easy choices. They were bold bets on Tucson's future. Every drop of water in Tucson now carries this legacy of innovation.
My name's Lynn Baker. I'm a retired Tucson Water employee. I was with Tucson Water for 29 years. I was with the United States Army for 39 years. I'm a retired lieutenant colonel. When I first started as a draftsman working for wastewater management, I had just come off active duty as a captain and I wanted to work hard. I had a family, I wanted to make more money, but at the same time, I wanted to improve what I saw. And I saw a lot of out-of-date things. As I continued in the different jobs I had, we developed a program for Tucson Water called Maintenance Management Program. This program looked into how jobs were being done in Tucson Water and how they could be improved. This saved a lot of money, but it also sped up how quick we were responding and doing things. If you go in there with a mindset that you can improve things and also make money.
Hey Tucson Water, what's my tip of the day?
Brushing your teeth twice a day is important, but it can use huge amounts of water when you leave the tap running. So just remember to turn it off when the water's not needed. This conservation reminder is brought to you by KOLD and Tucson Water. For more water and money-saving tips, scan the QR code. Celebrating 125 years of proud water stewardship.
When I was a niña, I was told the dishwater leftover is good for the plants. Helps keep the pests away and saves water. Mi hija knows this too. I made sure of it.
We love our beautiful yards, and plants certainly add to our home's beauty and value while keeping us cool. But did you know that one of the easiest and most practical ways we can save on water is by doing regular maintenance of our landscape irrigation system? Maintaining your system will conserve water and prevent expensive leaks. To view this tip and other water savings ideas, scan this QR code. This message is brought to you by KOD and the Tucson Water Department, celebrating 125 years of proud water stewardship. A great way to conserve water is to capture your own rainwater in a tank. Are you new to Tucson and want to learn more? Scan this QR code to explore other ways to save money and water. Brought to you by KOD and Tucson Water.
I'm Scott Schladweiler, Deputy Director at Tucson Water, and I've had the opportunity to work on a number of impactful projects and programs here at Tucson Water since I started in 2004. So choosing just one highlight over that period of time is pretty difficult, but if I had to choose just one, I start with the Southern Niagara Valley Storage and Recovery Project. SAVSTARP was another project that enabled us to use our full allocation of Colorado River water. Making use of our Colorado River supply by storing water in the ground at SAVSTARP allows us to save water for the future, where we only recover what we need and deliver that water to customers to meet demand. Any water that's not used is saved and banked for future use by future customers. On the tail end of that was the recovery portion of it. So recovering the water from the recharge facilities involved taking water, recovering water through groundwater wells, disinfecting that water and delivering that water to our customers. All of the projects that were done on the recovery side were designed by in-house Tucson Water staff, and I know a lot of Tucson Water staff took a great deal of pride in designing those projects, delivering those projects, and executing them to their full extent. Maximizing the use of our Colorado River water supplies is part of Tucson's One Water 2100 plan. This has really helped establish Tucson as one of the most water resilient cities in the Southwest.
When I first planted this garden, my little girl was still in diapers. Growing our own vegetables saves a lot, but a leak dripping away 24/7 is not saving anything.
Tucson didn't just adapt to desert life, it reinvented what it means to thrive here. John, how would you describe Tucson Water's role in shaping the future and leading water stewardship?
Well, Tucson has become a global model for water resource management in a desert environment. We're known not only for delivering safe, reliable water, but also for bringing water back into the desert. Our values, reliability, resiliency, safety, and equity guide everything we do. Communities across the country and the world come here to learn how Tucson turned water scarcity into resilience and continues to do so through our One Water 2100 plan. Find our plan on TucsonOneWater.com. Here are some of our flagship projects today. The Sweetwater Wetlands, built in 1996, a critical part of Tucson's reclaimed water system that is also home to 400+ migratory bird species. The Santa Cruz River Heritage Project in 2019 reintroduced flowing water to this section of the river for the first time in nearly a century, reconnecting Tucson to its historic lifeline in the heart of its economic center. The Sharp Recharge Facility of 2020. This project banks water resources on the east side of Tucson by recharging 1.3 billion gallons annually. Construction of a fourth basin is underway, which will nearly double the aquifer recharge capacity. Our Storm the Shade Green Stormwater Infrastructure Program captures rainwater and transforms urban spaces into shaded green corridors, reduces flooding, improves neighborhoods, and enhances desert resilience. What you see in Tucson is a culture of water conservation that's deeply rooted in our collective local identity. Tucson's conservation legacy continues today through education, incentives, and smart water technology. Community engagement has made conservation a point of pride for Tucsonans, not just a necessity. The Beat the Peak evolved into a year-round water ethic embraced by the community. This is all built on a 4,000-year-old shared water history and legacy in the Tucson Valley. Tucson Water is a water provider who will continue to build resilience and protect our water resources for future generations.
John, Tucson's water story is amazing, but it's far from over. What's the next chapter look like for Tucson Water and this community?
I'm Sylvia Amparano, Deputy Director for Tucson Water, and I've been with the department about 8 years, but with the city over 25 years. One of the first things that really I noticed when I came over was that we had a lot of information, a lot of data, but it was in very different systems and disparate systems, and they weren't talking to each other. It made it really, really hard for us to make good use of that data. So as part of our digital transformation program, we are upgrading all our technologies. One of them is our asset management system. So our predecessors in the past took very good care of our infrastructure inventoried it, and now we're doing condition assessment on all our assets that we have out in the field. So we have over 4,600 miles of pipe. We have over 250,000 meters in the ground, and really to understand what the condition of those assets are so that we can make timely investments in that infrastructure. So we don't want to repair things too soon if it's not needed, and we don't want to wait until there's an emergency because that ends up costing us more money. So it really is making the best use of ratepayer money to make the right investment at the right time. So Tucson Water has a long history of having a strong conservation program. We're one of the leaders in the country, if not the world, about how to message to our customers on how they can conserve water and provide them tools, not just rebates, but also information of how they can change their habits around their house to use less water.
Advanced Metering Infrastructure, or AMI, is a 3-year project where we will touch every meter in our system to upgrade it to be a smart meter. It will provide us almost real-time information to our customer service representatives and also our customers to provide information on their consumption and potentially change future behaviors to save water and save money.
And so I think AMI is going to be the next big thing in order to help our customers use information to change their behaviors if they want to. And I think right now it's really important because we have been in a drought. I think we could still continue to do more, and as technology changes, even with appliances, they're using less water, they're being more efficient, and so that just helps the daily demand or the pressure on our system to deliver quality water to our customers every day.
In Tucson, water is life. For generations, Tucson Water has been the trusted steward of our precious resource, providing clean, reliable water while honoring our Sonoran desert heritage. Today, through conservation efforts and sustainable practices, we're safeguarding our water for future generations. With our One Water 2100 plan, we're ensuring a sustainable water future for all. A tradition of responsible Sonoran desert dwelling continues with you.
Hey Tucson Water, what's my tip of the day?
We're glad you asked. Did you know there's an informative guide on seasonal watering of our native Arizona plants and trees? Get more water conservation tips by scanning this QR code. This conservation reminder is brought to you by KOLD and Tucson Water. To conserve water when loading a washing machine, aim for full loads and adjust the water setting to match the load size. Sometimes making little decisions has a big impact. Scan this QR code to find other ways to save, including rebates for new high-efficiency washers. This water conservation reminder is brought to you by KOLD and Tucson Water, celebrating 125 years of proud water stewardship. In the heart of the Sonoran Desert, water is life. As we celebrate 125 years of service, Tucson Water continues its legacy as responsible stewards of our most essential resource. The actions we're taking today, guided by the One Water 2100 plan, are shaping a more resilient, equitable, and sustainable water future for Tucson. In 2023, Tucson's Mayor and Council adopted the One Water 2100 plan, a bold, community-driven roadmap. Since then, we've been putting the plan into action. Our annual implementation reports, published on TucsonOneWater.com, demonstrate real progress and real impact. Over the past 2 years, we've secured more than $120 million in new funding to modernize critical water infrastructure, enhance customer support programs, and advance next-generation water purification projects. Since the 1990s, Tucson has relied on Colorado River water delivered through the Central Arizona Project. Despite steady population growth, Tucson has kept its water resources strong, recharging aquifers and building a positive savings account with robust community support. Since the plan was adopted, we began modernizing and expanding critical water storage and recovery facilities to make even more efficient use of our Colorado River water supplies. In 2024, Tucson Water proudly celebrated 40 years of its innovative Reclaim Water system, one of the largest community-wide recycled water systems in the country. Tucson has long been a leader in efficiently using every drop of water to support a great quality of life in the Sonoran Desert, without stressing our limited water resources. Reclaim Water supports beautiful parks, schoolyards, and other vital habitats while reducing our reliance on Colorado River water. Now we are taking our recycled water system to the next level through our Pure Water Tucson program. With the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation as a partner, Tucson has secured federal funding to build the city's first advanced water purification facility. This facility will be used to strengthen our drinking water supply without the need for additional Colorado River water. In doing so, we are once again leading the community with responsible Sonoran desert water stewardship, education, and technological innovation and advancement. We are increasingly capturing more power from the rain, transforming stormwater into a local resource. The City of Tucson created a funding structure to ensure that we can develop more green infrastructure projects like the Alvado Stormwater Park and the Rita Ranch Detention Basin to capture and use our monsoonal rains for the beautification and benefit of Tucson's public spaces. Projects like these capture over 1 million gallons of water per year to support our local water resiliency. Tucsonans are proud of our 4,000-year legacy of water conservation and stewardship. Our One Water demand management strategies, also known as conservation actions, are backed by programs that provide customers with real tools to save water, like advanced metering for real-time leak detection, rebates and incentives for water-smart appliances and turf removal, water efficiency retrofits for affordable housing units, as well as low-income assistance for our community members in need with the introduction of the Tucson Water Cares program. Our One Water 2100 plan is more than a document, and Tucson Water is more than pipes and pumps. We're rooted in people, places, and the promise of a sustainable future. The actions we are taking on the One Water 2100 plan are our commitment to environmental resilience, maintaining a fruitful quality of life, and sustaining a high-quality water supply now and for future generations. We thank the Tucson community for helping craft the direction of the One Water 2100 plan. Every drop counts. This is One Water in action. This is Tucson.
John, we often hear about water scarcity in the West. What is Tucson Water doing to secure this future in such a challenging environment?
Well, the Tucson Water story is about bold decisions, community input, and long-term planning, and that's not going to change. Our One Water 2100 plan lays out over 40 community-vetted, actionable strategies to ensure Tucson remains one of the most water-secure cities in the desert. We're focused on balance, innovation, and resilience, building on our legacy while preparing for a changing future. Here are a few of our future-focused initiatives. Advanced Water Purification, or AWP. This uses a variety of state-of-the-art technologies like advanced oxidation and micro and nanofiltration to create a safe, sustainable drinking water supply. AWP will allow Tucson to recycle and purify our local wastewater to outstanding drinking water, reducing dependency on the Colorado River and other sources. It'll provide greater local control over water quality and resilience against the changing Colorado River supply. Smart water technology, or advanced metering infrastructure. This will provide real-time access to water use data, leak alerts, and advanced metering that will empower customers to use every drop of water wisely. This technology could cut usage by 6 to 12% citywide. Stormwater projects. Exploring large-scale rainwater harvesting to make the most of our monsoon season. Expanding green stormwater infrastructure for both flood mitigation and community greening and cooling. Reclaim water innovations. Expanding our reclaimed water uses and doubling recharge capacity to ensure every drop is reused or stored locally for the future. Tucson continues to lead the Southwest in reclaiming and banking water for future generations. The future of Tucson's water supply is not just about survival. It's about building a thriving, sustainable desert city where every Tucsonan is part of the solution and a strong, water-resilient future.
Fix toilet leaks or consider replacing yours with our rebate program. Scan this QR code to explore other ways to save money and water. Brought to you by KOLD and Tucson Water. We love our beautiful yards, and plants certainly add to our home's beauty and value while keeping us cool. But did you know that one of the easiest and most practical ways we can save on water is by doing regular maintenance of our landscape irrigation system? Maintaining your system will conserve water and prevent expensive leaks. To view this tip and other water savings ideas, scan this QR code. This message is brought to you by KOLD and the Tucson Water Department, celebrating 125 years of proud water stewardship. A great way to conserve water is to capture your own rainwater in a tank. Are you new to Tucson and want to learn more? Scan this QR code to explore other ways to save money and water. Brought to you by KOLD and Tucson Water.
I love a good monsoon. Living in the desert is just different. It's precious. When I was in school, they taught us to be smart with water. That really stuck with me.
John, after 125 years of resilience, leadership, what do you hope that every Tucsonan takes away from this milestone?
Well, Tucson's water story is about Tucsonans rising up to meet challenges. From the early inhabitants water harvesting to early water workers building a wooden pipeline to combat emergencies, to current day engineers, hydrologists, and educators shaping our water future. This utility is not just a service provider, it's a lifeline that connects us to the land, to one another, and to future generations. Every decision we make is rooted in the stewardship of the Sonoran Desert. Tucson Water's success has always been a partnership with this community, and together we've created one of the most water-secured desert cities in the world. We are proud to serve on behalf of Tucson's Mayor and Council and alongside Tucsonans who care deeply about this unique place we call home. The story of Tucson Water is the story of our predecessors and a thriving Tucson. This milestone is not just about the past 125 years, it's about the next 125 years and beyond. It's about the courage to innovate, the wisdom to conserve, and the shared responsibility of every Sonoran Desert dweller. Together, we will write the next chapter of Tucson's water legacy.
Thank you, John. And thank you to the Tucson Water team for sharing this remarkable journey with us. For 125 years, Tucson has been a city shaped by water and by the courage and ingenuity of the people who call this desert home. From hand-built pipelines to world-class recharge basins, from reclaimed water to advanced purification, Tucson's water story is one of innovation, resilience, and community spirit. But this story isn't just about the past, it's about the future we're building together. Every Tucsonan plays a part in protecting this rare and beautiful place we call home. On behalf of KOLD, we invite you to celebrate this milestone and join Tucson Water as we continue writing the next chapter of this incredible desert story. Here's to 125 years of stewardship and the next 125 years of life, innovation, and resilience in the Sonoran Desert.